Okay, Virgo, this is your time to shine on the phone lines. I am TINLA, and this is not legal advice. Doing your weekly reading for the week of July 22nd, 2026, or whenever this happens to find you. Let's find out what the Spirit has in mind for you this week. Look, we've got card number 99, and these are all about numbers: 1212, 1111, 333, 444, and quite honestly, I'm pretty sure I'm reading this at about 444. So very, very significant signs here. You've got a lot of things you're witnessing, I think, that are signs and synchronicities. Let's find out what that's about. Spirit, what do you want Virgo to know? Okay, we've got number 73, mindfulness, calm, mind and body in harmony, focus, meditation, tea time. Maybe we're going to get some tea here. Spill some tea, Spirit. Spill the tea. We've got, it's a trick, a scheme to deceive you, deception, gaslighting, manipulation. Now, surely somebody couldn't be gaslighting my Virgos. They sniff out the BS real quick, don't you guys? And look, we got an 88 too. I'll point that out. All right, let's see. And also we've got this Gemini symbol in the corner, which, sorry, Geminis, it's not personal if you're watching this, but it is very much duplicitous is how Geminis are known, you know, two-faced issue. So just, you know, very consistent with this scheme, deceiving, and so forth. All right, we have 86, affliction, delusion, and suffering. So maybe we're 86ing the delusion here. In other words, getting rid of it. And then the sacral chakra, creative expression, smegdual energy, and emotions. So my Virgos are feeling feelings, huh? Let's find out what that's about. About what? Reap what you sow. I'm getting a little bit of vengeance here, my loves. You're seeing something clearly, maybe for the first time. Planting seeds, reap what you sow. Oh my goodness. Putting in work, growth, and nurturing. Yeah. I'm getting from Spirit, we are on the right track, okay? In terms of this reaping what you sow, and almost like you're finding something out about somebody that, you know, you kind of knew in your gut, in your core, that this person was maybe not what they said that they were, and you're getting these signs and synchronicities telling you that, and you're done with the lies, you know? Let's find out. What's the tea? Give me some more tea, Spirit. What is this about? You know, what is this that's happening for my Virgos this week? Not part of the plan. Avoiding problems, try something new, unexpected path, abandon danger. Okay. The evil entity has left. Return to sender, breaking a curse, black magic failed, number 76. Interesting. And cleanse, charge, activate, sacred space, meditation, alignment, working with the elements, tap into your magic. So a lot of cards about magic here. Perhaps you're somebody who's into more the spiritual aspects of things. Maybe you yourself practice tarot or astrology with these, you know, astrological influences here. Maybe you consider yourself to be a witch or Wiccan, something like that. But you're definitely seeing through something here with somebody in your life that has been deceitful toward you, and you're almost getting, like I said, vengeance here. Like, you will reap what you sow, you will get what you get, and you don't get upset to their person. But look at all these magic cards all kind of together. So you're definitely somebody, I feel, that is in touch spiritually. Look, false person, fake, hiding true character, number 59 there. Look at that. Just confirming for us that indeed there is somebody in your midst who is not who they claim to be. And honestly, the one underneath it kind of wanted to peek out. Look, it says hidden from you, number 69. Okay, so it just needed to come out. I don't know why. The truth needs to come out. I just do what I'm told. Okay, I just do what Spirit tells me. But anyway, whenever this reading finds you is when it's meant to find you, again, with these synchronicities and so forth. I'm going to pull from my tarot deck here, which I'm using the Trash Panda Tarot because, well, have you seen the news about Jimothy? He is adorable, and he is a raccoon, and I just want to celebrate that. I'm going to put some information up at the top of the screen for you about him because he's just so cute. We can't not share it and love it together. All right, Virgo, we have been making it through this awful Mercury retrograde. It has just been a technological nightmare for everybody that I know, and hopefully you're escaping that relatively unscathed. Okay, let's find out, though. I think that's maybe part of this is during this week when we're coming out of Mercury retrograde, you start to see things more clearly. And it's in particular with respect to somebody you love. Again, it could be a romantic love, but it could also just be a friend that you find is backstabbing you. Give me more, Spirit. What do they need to know? Oop, oop. See, look at that. Card right on the floor. Look, Ace of Swords. I can't even make it up. Okay, and that was hard for me to get off the floor. It was like stuck for some reason. So perhaps it's been a it's been a journey for you to really get clarity, because Ace of Swords is clarity, and it's been something maybe that was a little stuck before, where you didn't know necessarily what was going on. But you know, this is like, okay. And by the way, the moon at the bottom of the deck, I didn't mean to do that, but you know, this is you know, like I'm feeling like a staff of power. Like, no, I'm going to stand in my truth, okay? And this person's like clinging on, but like, no, you don't understand. This isn't true. They're going to be lying to you, my dear. Okay. With the moon at the bottom like that, this is somebody who's deceiving you. There's illusion there. They're maybe trying to pull on your heartstrings, or pull on some emotion there that you have together. Maybe that's where the sacral chakra comes in. They're really just pulling on that part of you. Queen of Pentacles, like, you're good, you're stable. If we got another rabbit there, like maybe you have a rabbit, maybe. All right, I'm hearing kill the rabbit, which is not like kill the rabbit like that Bugs Bunny thing, although it could be. It's an old test they used to do back in the olden days for pregnancy. So maybe keep an eye out for something like that. Just a heads up. And that's maybe only for a very select group of you, but just heads up. All right, so let's take a look. What else? What do my Virgos need to know? Like, yeah, you're looking good. You're looking stable. You look like you've got all your stuff held together, but don't let, what I'm getting is, don't let the fact that this person has been deceitful with you make you closed off to the world. You know, don't let it make you shut down and run away into your work, which I know you'll have a tendency to do. Look, Ace of Pentacles. I mean, that is you. Like, we have lilies here, you know, new birth, resurrection energy. You know, I'm getting that you may actually do that. You may actually run back within yourself and say, you know what doesn't let me down? My job. I'm good at my job. I love my job. I'm gonna focus on that. And look, 2020, like maybe you're getting 2020 vision here, some clarity. Number 13, maybe that's a lucky number for you. As a Virgo, maybe you're born September 13th. Let's take a look. Oops. Okay. Maybe 2013 was a big year for you. All right, Four of Cups. Yeah, look, you're sulking. You know, you are holding back. Look, the cups, or in this case, purple drink, are emotion, right? So you're like putting your emotion up on a shelf. Like, you got a little bit left to give to the world, but you're kind of putting that away for now, because you're looking back at this Three of Cups like, I thought we had so many good times. I thought you were my friend. I thought this was like a positive relationship, and it turns out that you were an op. You were a hater in disguise. And so I think you're sulking about that and just kind of putting those emotions on the shelf. I feel like I need to look at the bottom of the deck. High Priestess. Yeah, you're hiding. You're hiding this, these true feelings from people. And you got this owl looking startled for some reason there. You know, it's almost like the fact that you know this is putting people are a little surprised that you figured this out. Maybe this person is surprised you figured it out. It's taken some time, right? The cycles of the moon, you know, it's taken maybe a month or so that this is going to come full circle. But, you know, and by the way, we also have here with the pomegranates, there, pomegranates, it's more like resurrection energy. So this could be somebody that's like going to come back around and say, well, wait a minute, don't forget all the good times. And you're like, I can see the good times, but I'm going to keep that part of me separate for now. So what challenge might Virgo face this week? The moon. Look, again, the moon. The fact that it's been hidden. The fact that you thought you had a partner here in things. And I remember I told you I thought maybe you were into the spiritual aspect. Maybe this was somebody like that you were not, maybe you're going to like lean back on maybe some Wiccan roots or some, you know, more spiritual things to cope with this loss, and maybe meditate on, you know, what do I do from here? Do I forgive this person? Do I not forgive this person? What's really going on? It's just, I think there's a lot of confusion. I mean, who wouldn't be confused by seeing two raccoons kind of worshiping the moon, if you will, or you know, reaching out for, you know, heavenly guidance, and there's a lobster there. That's just the epitome of oddness. So what is the advice, please? Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands is, I hate to say that she's the witch of the of the queens, but she kind of is. Like, she's in her own power. It's almost magical. I mean, look, you got a little black cat here, so shout out to all my black cat loving friends. You know, you're again, it's a spiritualism. It's you know, sunflowers. You're looking toward the sun. You're focusing on the positive, and you know, there's a lot of the Asian influence here with this dragon. So again, you could be born the year of the dragon. I'm just throwing that out there. But you know, you're just really, yeah, you're relying on your spirituality to get you through this tough time. You know, and Spirit, I think, is saying keep doing that. Keep your head up. You got to keep your head up. Yeah, that sort of thing. What else do my Virgo friends need to know about the actions that might be taken this week on their part? Five of Swords. Okay, Five of Swords is it's fighting energy. It's a little bit of like, I'm not seeing like fight, but like bickering. You know, kind of. You might be having some challenges if you have children this week with them. You know, you've got these 3 swords you're carrying in your hand, which is heartbreak and pain. And down here, you've got 2 swords where it's like stagnation. So it could be that you're having difficulty with your children. It could also be that you're having a really tough time letting go of the pain. And even though you see there are other options available to you, you're kind of not wanting to take any action on that. You know, maybe you're getting 2 different stories from 2 different people and you don't know which is correct. And I'm hearing like rely on your intuition up here, that this light, like that's kind of your intuition telling you what's really what. And I think you're battling that right now and you're on hold. Okay, what is the outcome for my Virgo friends who are hopefully liking, sharing, and subscribing and all that jazz while I'm shuffling all these crazy cards? Oh, there we go. What's the advice? 8 of Cups. Yeah, you're walking away. You're walking away from something, you know, the emotions, the problem, the person that is causing you these problems. And you're relying on the guidance of an elder, perhaps, to do that, or some wisdom from someone else who is different from you, like someone who sees things in a very different way than you do. Virgos, you all as earth signs tend to be kind of rigid in your thinking. You think you have the best way of doing everything. And listen, you're not always wrong. You're not like wrong even most of the time. You usually have very good ideas and you're very, you know, thorough and detail oriented. But sometimes you need to get outside of yourself and see a different perspective. And so I think you're going and speaking with somebody who's kind of a third person to the situation. I'm almost feeling like a therapist. You might be talking to a therapist about what do you do with this information. And these cans are still standing. You know, there's still emotions in the, you know, here that are on your mind for this person that has deceived you. One more please on the outcome, and then we'll do a yes, no card. One more on the outcome for my Virgos. Yeah, we got the Fool. So, you know, you're getting to a better place. You're willing to take a chance. Like, you're not going to let this one situation hold you back from seeking your happiness, from reaching out to someone new or making new friends. I think you're going to come out of this with some good friends that are going to be by you and take the journey with you through life. I think that's going to be really great for you, as long as, you know, keep in mind, you've got friends at your back. You do have good people. It's not always going to be this kind of thing. Keep your eye on the sun, not directly, because that would burn your retinas, but, you know, just keep your eye on the future, on the positive, on the happy. And bottom of the deck, we have 4 of Swords. You know, heal yourself. Take care of yourself. You deserve rest. You know, again, we're getting that theme with the 4 we had before, where it was like you're holding on to the 1 cup in that other card. It was in the tree, and looking down at the 3 here. Again, you're looking back at this 3 of Swords, right? 3 of Swords. You're looking back at this pain, and you're like, I'm going to hold on to this 1 sword myself, my truth. At least I know it's real. And you're going to use that to heal, as a springboard to heal. So I think you're in a good place. It's just, I'm getting the warning, like, don't shut down everybody, and don't shut down your emotions just because this one person, you know, maybe didn't behave the way you thought that they would behave. You know, trust your gut. You saw this kind of coming, and yet, you know, it's okay. It's not your fault that you didn't foresee this betrayal. Okay? All right. Think of a yes-no kind of question for me, Virgo, and I'm going to see what Spirit has to say for you. Yes-no style question. What's the answer for Virgo? The situation will improve. Yeah. Say less, you know. It's going to improve. So right now it may seem dark, but you're gonna recover. You're gonna regroup. Just don't let it take you down. You know, cleanse, reactivate, you know, engage in meditation, whatever it is that gets you through this, do that and focus on yourself, and the situation will improve. That's what I have for you, Virgo. I'll see you next week. Thank you for joining. Bye.